Hello again, this is Tony Ben from the M14 forum, and today I'm finally getting around to making that cleaning video that I've been talking about doing for a while now. The cleaning video I'm going to show you right now is the kind of a maintenance you do to your rifle between range trips, one that doesn't require a detailed stripping and detailed disassembly. This is something you do without taking the rifle apart. So with that, we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you some of the tools that you're going to need for keeping your rifle functioning properly between range trips. Okay, so what we have here is I'm just going to go through the list. Some of the stuff is mandatory, and some of the stuff is somewhat optional. Okay, so first of all, we've got just a can of my preferred can of lubricant, Lubriplate 130A. I prefer it because I can buy this can from Brownells fairly cheap, and it'll last me my whole lifetime. Over here we're going to have a couple of types of your own preferred solvent, whatever you're going to like, to clean your barrel, to get copper out, to get carbon out, etc. Some CLP, an Otis cleaning kit. Again, this is optional if you don't have a one-piece cleaning rod. Here we've got a pistol cleaning rod with a 9mm brush on the end. We're going to use this to clean the flash hider. A GI cleaning rod with a 22 caliber bronze brush on it. Another cleaning rod section that you probably need at some point in time. A 30 caliber cleaning bore brush. A 30 caliber brass jag. This is an adapter that's really handy to have, so that you can have a couple of different types of cleaning rod attachments, and sometimes they don't always have the same thread pitch. Sometimes they don't always have the same thread pitch, and it's really good to have this adapter to make sure that you can use some of the tools with your cleaning rods. Right here we've got a 45 caliber bore brush that I'm going to use for cleaning the chamber, or this is a GI chamber cleaning brush, and I'll show you how to use these. A standard eyelet. Again, I don't really use this, but this is if you don't have a jag. This right here is an invaluable piece of equipment. This is a chambermaid, and there's a couple of different varieties out there on the internet. I think Sinclair has their own version. So basically all it is a steel cable with a plastic coating around it, and an attachment crimped onto the end so that you can screw on your whatever favorite accessories that you need for it. And I use this to clean the chamber. It's an invaluable tool. I use this instead of the GI cleaning brush. You're going to need a whole bunch of cotton tipped applicators, a general nylon scrubbing brush, a paintbrush that I use to apply my lubricant. This is a BADT1 tool from Battle Arms Development. You can use this at a couple of different spots within the routine cleaning. Here's another thing you're going to need. This is a chamber cleaning port, and this is really, really important to have. I highly recommend you getting one of these. It's going to prevent a lot of headache and a lot of heartache from damaging some cleaning equipment, and I'll show you why later. Also right here we've got a Dewey bore guide. Now because the M14 can't be cleaned from the chamber to the muzzle unless you're using something like an Otis or a bore snake, if you're using a cleaning rod you need to clean from muzzle to chamber. Okay, so you're going to need this bore guide. Now I noticed that when I got mine there was some burrs here on the ends, and I noticed that it could scratch the cleaning rod. So what I ended up doing was I got a deburring tool, and I just kind of ran it around the entrance or the orifice on both sides, and that removed the sharp edges to make sure that it's not going to damage your cleaning equipment. And if you don't have a cleaning port, you're going to need probably an empty magazine to keep the bolt from slamming shut on you when you don't want it to happen. A combination tool is always handy to have, and also a 45 caliber chamber mop. Very, very handy to have. And then here, this is for cleaning the gas system. We've got a letter P drill bit. Okay, we got a letter P drill bit, and I've got this one a little bit modified. I just got a drill bit and I glued it into some file handles, and I also filed the cutting bit on the ends. I got those I cut those down so that they wouldn't damage the gas piston. Okay, and then you're also going to need a number 15. And finally, we have some 30 caliber cleaning patches here. Now, you only want to use the 30 caliber cleaning patches if you're using an eyelet. Okay. Now, if you're using a jag, a brass jag that goes into your 30 caliber barrel, what you're going to want to do is just use the 22 caliber cleaning patches, because the 30 calibers are just way too big. They won't make it through the barrel. You'll end up damaging something. So what you can also do is just basically cut this patch in half so that it's about that profile right there. So just cut it in half, and you should be able to use the patch then. Or you could cut it into quarters, and it would still be very, very usable. And also, I like to have a bottle of just denatured alcohol. It helps me to clean off all the stuff, all my equipment after running some solvent brushes through the barrel, and it also prevents the solvents from continuing to attack the brushes as they're in storage as well. And with that, we'll go ahead and clear all this off, and we'll get started. Oh, and one last thing I did forget is I like to use a one-piece cleaning rod. This one here is made by Tipton, but one from Gunslick or some other company, it would be just fine. Now, this particular one is a carbon fiber rod, and it can be used with the Dewey cleaning rod, or with the cleaning guide. Okay, so that's how these are meant to be used. Now, if you want to use if you need to use the shotgun shell, if you need to use the shotgun shell as your bore guide, because I'll show you how it fits over the flash suppressor. If you need to use this, it won't fit with this this Tipton. It's the Tipton rod is too big, so you're going to have to drill out. You're just going to have to drill out that hole a little bit bigger so that this tip will fit in there. Now, if you're using a cheaper clean bore or a smaller diameter one, like this is a clean bore coated cleaning rod that's suitable from 22 up to whatever, and it's steel. This one fits just fine. Okay, so there's no modification required, and this will suffice as a very useful bore guide. Something else I wanted to touch on before we get too heavy into this cleaning video is that you'll get just as many opinions as people that you ask on how to clean an M14 properly. You can ask different professionals, and none of them are going to agree the same way that this is how the rifle should be cleaned. So this is basically an overall accepted method, but everybody has their own method. You can change it up the way you want. You don't have to use the solvents I use. You don't have to use the methods I use. But in general, this is going to get you by just fine. And there may be some professionals that give me a flogging after this video comes out, but really it is up to personal preference. Do your research, do your homework, ask people that you trust what they think, and then you can go from there. Okay? Okay, first of all, what we're going to start off with as you get started cleaning your rifle is obviously safety first. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to clear your rifle, make sure that the magazine's out, and we're going to pull the operating rod back. We're going to lock the bolt to the rear, and you're going to look inside just to verify that, yep, chamber's empty, everything is safe to proceed from here. Okay. Now, what we're going to start off with here is the chamber. So for that, I prefer to use a chambermaid, okay, with a 45 caliber cleaning brush, and this really helps out, especially if you have a scoped rifle. It's very flexible, and it gets in there pretty good. Okay, now for the purpose of this video, because of it may take me some time to get some things done, I'm going to use a much more gentle solvent. So I'm just going to use good old Hoppy's 9 solvent, just powder solvent. Now the more aggressive stuff with the ammonia, like Sweet 762, which is what I personally use. You have to be very careful because it's time sensitive stuff, so if you leave it in your rifle for longer than 15 minutes, it's going to start doing some damage to the steel. And it also eats away your copper brushes very, very quickly. So for this purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this gentle solvent, and we're just going to go ahead and put some on this brush here, and you can tell this brush has been well used.